she faced. So no questions on logins, users, authentication, authorization, Windows login, SQL login, group logins. No questions, guys. Anyone tried creating this Windows login, SQL logins? How many logins we can create in a SQL server, guys? How many logins we can create?
32767.
32767. How many users we can create to a single login? How many users we can create for a single login?
Same 32676.
32. 32767, huh?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just connecting to the machine, virtual machine. So yes, we can create 32,767 logins, guys. Okay. So for a single login, if I gave access for a single login on multiple databases, like the maximum number of databases, 32,767 databases we can create, right? So for a single login, if I gave access on a single database, I'll get one user. Like that, for a single login, I gave access on all the databases, 32,767 databases means, okay, I can create 32,767 users, guys. Right? Clear? We can create 32,767 logins per SQL server, and we can create 32,767 users for a single login, guys. For a single login, we can create 32,767 users. Why means, if I gave access to any database for a single login, okay, generally if you see here, whenever I am giving access to this login, a user will be created. Like that, if I gave access on this database, one more user, on this database, one more user, like that, 32,767 databases will be there. So if I gave access to a single login on all the databases, 30,767, 30,000, each database one user, so total 32,767 users can be created, guys. Right? Any other questions here, please?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Will it create different logins, or within login only we can create so many users? I mean,
When the user
what?
will be created, first tell me. When the user will be created.
After login, we can create the user.
How come?
I mean,
How the user will be created?
uh,
You can see this diagram, right? How the user will be
yeah,
created. How user will
in
be
this
created. Yes, tell me.
in
No
this
problem.
database.
How? When the user will be created and how it will be created.
Uh,
Generally, when the user will be created, tell me first. When the user will be created.
After creating a login,
After creating a login.
yes,
Next.
to access the database,
Okay.
the user will be created. User
Correct.
account will be created, right?
Not to access the database. When the login
When
is
the login,
created,
yeah, okay, yeah.
created
That
to
person should be logging into the database.
see when the login is created, generally this person doesn't have any permissions. Okay,
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
access
But
this
yes,
database.
yes, yes.
If I gave access on any database, while
Okay,
giving access itself, user will be created.
okay. While
Okay.
giving access. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
While giving access itself, the user will be created with the same name. With the same
Okay,
name, the
it's
user will be created. Okay.
oh,
Now tell me.
okay.
So for a
Yes.
single login, why we can create 32,767 users?
So it will create it automatically. If given permission, it will create it automatically every user.
Correct, correct. So 32,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you are having 32,767 databases,
yeah.
if I am giving access to
You
this
have
person
permission to, yeah, yes,
on all
database.
32,767 databases, generally
Yeah.
32,767 users will be created. So
Okay,
it's not like within the user, within the login, nothing like that. While giving
while
access
grading.
itself, the user will
Okay,
be created.
okay, fine.
Clear?
Got it. Yes, I get it.
Any other questions, guys?
One more question, sir.
Yes, please.
Can we log in one or more SSMS also? I
Means
mean, within one window.
one or more SSMS means.
I mean, morning you told me that you opened
See,
Sunday login
SSMS
and
is just a
is a
just to show you I opened multiple management studios. See,
yes, that's
you
what
can
I'm
you can
asking.
open the application multiple times, no issues. Okay, so
No,
there is no
yeah,
limitations. But I cannot again log off as administrator. I cannot again logged in as Shanmukh or Durga or some other name. So that's why in the same machine I opened management studio again with a different user. That's why I
yeah,
opened management studio with a different user.
yes,
So
that's
whenever
what
you
I'm asking.
selected the
Multiple times we can
multiple
open.
times you can open. But
Yeah,
generally, just to show you, see in the
okay,
organization, once we gave the access, okay, we'll check
yeah,
with him whether he is able to connect or not. We
okay,
again don't open SSMS multiple times. Got the point?
okay,
Just to show
yeah,
you
yeah,
the
okay,
demo, I just
okay,
opened multiple times that SSMS application. But yes, you can
okay.
open same management studio, you can open multiple times. It's not like multiple SSMSs are there. No.
Yeah,
Same
multiple times.
management studio, you can
That's my
open
question.
multiple times.
Fine. Yeah.
Any other questions, guys? Who is this Lenovo? Is it Venkat? Lenovo?
It's Ram, sir.
Sorry?
Lenovo, it's Ram, sir.
Shravan.
Ram.
Ram. Okay. Ram, you
Yeah,
joined
sir.
from phone and this laptop. Why?
Yeah, sir. Why? Because some
No, like
Bluetooth is
either
not working, sir. So that's
Bluetooth is not working. So just check this issue, okay? Why? Because you cannot join from both devices at a time, okay? Only one device,
okay.
either phone or
Okay, sir.
laptop, okay? Fine.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Just check and let
Okay.
me. Not for today, okay? Take time, okay? No issues.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. Okay. Let me select this Windows authentication. So in the morning class, we just discussed what is a login, what is a user, what is a principal, what is a securable. So table is a principal or securable, guys. Table is a principal or securable. What is the principal first of all? What is meant by principal? Database is principal or securable?
Securable.
Very good. Table?
Securable.
Securable. Table is a securable. Are you sure? Are you sure? Your voice is yeah?
Yeah.
Are you sure? No voice, huh?
Yes.
The person who is accessing is called a principal.
Principal.
Which resource he is accessing is called a securable. Generally, logins are principals. Person can access. Users are principals. Person can access. What resources they are going to access? Server. They can access server. They can access database. They can access table. So what resources they are accessing? Those resources are called securables. Who is accessing? That person is called a principal. That object is called a principal, guys. Okay. So databases and tables are securables. Logins are principals. Users are principals. Right. So in the morning class, we just discussed about the authentication types, and then how to create a Windows login, how to create a SQL login, how to create a group login. Okay, so all these things we discussed, right? So now I'll show you how to give access on a database. Okay, how to give access on a database. So before starting the demo, okay, let me connect as a one more login. Like I'll connect as a Shanmugh, guys. I'll try to connect as a Shanmugh, and in the meanwhile, what I can do, let me bring this database online. Okay, right click, bring online. Right, fine. Now two databases are accessible. Right, so let me connect as Shanmugh first, just to show you this demo, guys. In the organization, okay, you are limited to give the permissions. That's it. Again, you cannot verify. You can, for example, Shanmugh is a developer. He is asking access on one particular database. So as a DBA, you will give the access, and you will just inform to Shanmugh that we gave the access on this so and so database, so and so table. Please check and let me know in case if you are facing any issues while accessing the object, like that. So we don't check it. Generally people will confuse. Just to show you, okay, how it will work, that's why I'm checking, guys. Okay, let me connect as Shanmugh. Right. So as you know, Shanmugh is just a login, guys. By default, any login can connect to the SQL server but can't do anything. By default, it's a default permissions. Whenever you create any login, it can connect. Morning also, I just created a login. I didn't give access anywhere. Okay, but how come Shanmugh is able to connect? By default, he will get the connect permission to SQL server. So now this is administrator connection, and if I am trying to access the databases, yes, I am able to access. Why? Because I can expand the databases. I can expand these tables, and I can see all the tables and all whatever tables are there. But Shanmugh doesn't have enough permissions to do these things. If you see here, batch 46 and PhonePe database, if he is trying to expand any database, he is getting error. Why? Why? Because he doesn't have any permissions, proper permissions. Okay, so that's why he is getting error, right? That's why he's getting error, guys. So let me give access to Shanmugh on particular database batch 46. Earlier is unable to access this database, right? He's getting error, right? So let me give access. Now you can see the difference. Okay, how to give access, guys? This is Shanmugh. Shanmugh cannot give access to himself. You cannot, okay, declare you as a king. Someone has to declare, right? So in the same way, Shanmukh cannot give access to himself. Okay, if he is having access, he can give it to others, but he cannot himself give the access to particular self, guys. Self access is not possible. Okay, you cannot give access to your account directly. So any person, those who is having access, has to give access to other people, right? This administrator is having access. So go to this administrator connection. Of course, you will connect as a DBA only. So you will go to security. Now you want to give access to Shanmukh, right? Double click on the Shanmukh login. Okay. So server roles, forget about the server roles. We'll discuss now. No issues. Go to user mapping, guys. Okay. User, you have to map the user. On which database you want to give access? On batch 46. Select the batch 46. See here, whenever you select the batch 46, you can see a user will be created with the login name. See here, you can see, right, a user with the same name. Can I edit this? Yes, you can edit this, no issues. But the thing is, DBS, it's not for you. The SQL server is for the whole DBA team. Generally, people don't disturb the user name. They will keep it as it is. So why? Because if you see login here, Shanmukh, and the DBS will expect same user in the particular database, guys. If the username is changed again, they will be confused whether the user is presented or not. So, but you can edit it, but it's not a recommended practice, guys. Now I just gave access to Shanmukh on batch 46 database. Okay, just click OK. Earlier, Shanmukh is not able to expand the database, right? Now let's check. Okay, now let's check whether Shanmukh got the access or not. Right, now he is able to access the database. You can see, right, but he is unable to see the tables also. Only he can connect to the database. He cannot see tables. Okay, if you see here in the same database, there is a table called student, I guess. Yeah, student table is there. Administrator is having access to see all these objects, but whereas Shanmukh doesn't have access. Okay, sir, if I want to see the table, you have to give extra permissions. In each level, you can restrict the users. Okay, guys, so if you see here, the PhonePe database is getting the same error. Why? Because Shanmukh is not able to access PhonePe. Why? Because he don't have enough permissions on the PhonePe database. If I want to give access to Shanmukh on PhonePe database, go to administrator section, go to logins, double click on Shanmukh and go to user mapping, select the database PhonePe and click OK. Now he can only open the database. Okay, he cannot see anything. He can only just open the database. Now earlier he got the error, right? Now he is able to open the database, guys. This is how you can give access on any particular database to a single login, guys. In the same way, if you want to give access to group login, same process. For all these team people, for all this group people, you want to give access, same process. Double click on it. Guys, giving permissions to Windows login, SQL login, group login process is same. Only while creating the logins, slight difference will be there between Windows login, SQL login. But once the login is created, you have to give permissions in the same way like how you are giving it to Windows login, how you are giving it to SQL login. You have to give the permissions to group login in the same way, guys. Again, you will go to user mapping, whatever database you want. Okay, you can select the database and then you can click OK. So automatically all these group people can access batch 46. If I click OK, all these group people can access batch 46. If I want to give access, how many members are there? 3 people are there. If I want to give access, I have to create 3 logins, double click on each login, I have to select the database, I have to click OK. Like that 3 times I have to do. But simple, if I create a group login for the whole group, I give the batch 46 access. That means the group, the people that are there in the batch 46 can connect to the particular database, guys. This is how generally you can give access on any database. Okay, clear? Right, guys? Fine. So if you want to give access on any table, guys, I'll discuss this point later. Why? Because before giving access to table, we have to discuss some server roles and database roles, guys. First we'll discuss server roles and then we'll discuss about the database roles. Okay, right? Fine, guys. So this is how generally it will work. So how to give before giving the access on a particular table, okay, we'll discuss the server roles and we'll discuss the database roles also. So what is the server role? What is the server role? Server role means, okay, a role means group of permissions, guys. Role means group of permissions. Role means group of permissions, guys. Means some permissions are grouped together. Some permissions are like a group level login, right? You know the advantage of the group logins. We can give access to all the people at a time, the group people at a time. We can remove access for all the group people at a time, right? So it's very easy to maintain. In the same way, we have some roles. Okay, we have some roles. Roles means what? Group of permissions, you can say role. We have two types of roles: server level roles, server roles; database level roles, database roles. Okay, database level roles are database roles. So first we'll discuss about the server roles, guys. Okay, server roles means these permissions will apply across the server. Database roles means the permissions of database roles will apply on the database level. Server roles will apply on the server level. Database roles will apply on the database level. Okay, so a login, he can do some server level activities, he can do some database level activities also. Okay, so I can restrict, simply all these rules are to restrict the access, guys, to not to misuse the access and all. Okay, server roles are server level objects, whereas database roles are database level objects. So server roles means it will help you to give access on the whole server, whereas database roles will help you to give access on the database, on the particular database, guys. Okay, so simply role means a set of permissions. So we have server roles, right? So we have DB creator, disk admin. Like this we have different server roles, where I can see, go to security, go to server roles. If you expand this, you can see all these roles, guys. Bulk admin, DB creator, disk admin, process admin. Public is one server role. I will explain about the public. Security admin, server admin, setup admin, sysadmin. Sysadmin, you know, right? Most of you know sysadmin. Sysadmin can do anything. But I cannot give access, I cannot give sysadmin access to everyone, right? Everyone can do anything. Okay, so that is the main problem. Risk will be there. So if everyone can do anything, means they can shut down the SQL servers also, which is not good. So I'll restrict them by giving different kinds of roles, guys. Okay, I'm going to restrict the users, right? So we'll discuss what bulk admin will do, what kind of permissions are there for bulk admin. DB creator, what kind of permissions. Simply, if you see the group login, in this group of people will be there. Group login means group of people will be there. If I gave access to this group login, all the people of that group will get the access. In the same way, bulk admin will have set of permissions. DB creator will have set of permissions. Disk admin will have set of permissions. If I gave these roles, if I add any login to this particular role, then whatever permissions are there for this bulk admin, that particular login will get all the permissions, guys. Okay, so bulk admin will have some set of permissions. I told you, right? Role means a set of permissions, right? So I just collected some permissions and I just named it as bulk admin. So if anyone is added, it's also kind of a group, guys. This group will have some set of permissions. If any login is added to this group, automatically whatever permissions are there for this group, those permissions will be applied on the particular person, guys. Is it clear? Any questions, any doubts here, please? Every role is a kind of a group. Group will have set of permissions. So in case if I want to give same kind of permissions to any login, instead of giving individual permissions, I'll add that login to this group. Whatever roles are, whatever permissions are there for this group, automatically will be applied on that particular login, guys. That is all about your server role. So what permissions are there? So we have almost 9 server roles. Each server role will have different permissions, guys. I want to see bulk admin is having what kind of permissions, DB creator is having what kind of permissions. I want to see. So how to do that? We have a query for that, guys. Okay, so let me open the query window. Okay, so sp underscore stored procedure srv role permission. Okay, srv role permission. Just drag and drop this role, guys. I want to see, I told you, right? Server role means a set of permissions. So for this server role, what permissions are there, I want to see. So for that we have a query sp underscore srv server role permission. Okay, and you have to give the server role name, guys. Okay, if you execute, then you can see what and all permissions are there for this role, guys. Okay, how many permissions are there for this role? How many permissions you can see here?
Insert.
Sorry, how many permissions you can see?
Two only.
Only two permissions are there. What are those permissions? First is add member to bulk admin. Second one is bulk insert operations. Okay, so let me discuss about the first one. Guys, listen carefully. If I added any login to this particular bulk admin role, he can add another login into that role. Means if I gave you 100 rupees, you can give same 100 rupees to others. If anyone is part of this bulk admin, then that person will have, okay, permissions to add another login into the same role, guys. Okay, that person, if you are a part, if imagine if Durga is a part of bulk admin, Durga can add Shravanti to this role. Shravanti can add some other person to this role. Okay, if you are a part of a role, any role, guys, any role, this permission is common. You can say, I'll show you every role, you can see this permission. If you are a part of any role, you can add another person to the same role. You will have that access by default. If you are a part of bulk admin, you can add some other login into the bulk admin role. If you are a part of DB creator, you can add some other person into the DB creator role. If you are a part of disk admin, you can add some other person as a disk admin, guys. Second one is bulk insert operations. A person of this role means if I add this one Durga to this bulk admin role, Durga can do two things. One is she can add another person to this role. Second one is she can do bulk inserts. She can do bulk inserts, guys. How to give access? Okay, how to add any login to this role? Simple, guys, very simple, nothing to worry. Go to logins. Okay, I want to make Shanmukh as a bulk admin. Double click on the Shanmukh login. Go to server roles. Select bulk admin. Click OK. Yes, now Shanmukh is bulk admin, guys. Now Shanmukh can do how many things? Shanmukh can do, yes, what and all he can do? He can add another login to this role. This role only is a member of this role, right? If you are having 100 rupees, you can give same 100 rupees to another person. You cannot give 200, right? You are having only 100 rupees. So if you are a member of bulk admin, you can add any other login to the same bulk admin role. Okay, and Shanmukh can also do bulk inserts. Bulk inserts means, you know, right? Bulk millions of transactions. If you are inserting, that is called bulk inserts. Or if you are inserting records from any other third-party source like Notepad, CSV file, Excel files. So if you are loading data from outside, also that is also bulk insert operations, guys. So a member of bulk admin can do bulk inserts, and also he can add another person to this particular bulk admin role, guys. Right? So this is how it will work. Let me go to the next role, DB creator. Generally we don't use these roles, guys, nothing to worry, but you should know, that's it. Okay, generally 99% we don't use this role. We'll use only sysadmin. Regularly we'll use sysadmin. In case if anyone is asking sysadmin permissions, we'll give sysadmin. So 90% we don't use other roles. Okay, so nothing to worry. If I execute, see here, total 8 permissions are there for this DB creator. We'll discuss one or two, guys, important permissions. Okay, first permission, as you know, that first permission is, if you are a member of DB creator, you can add any person to this particular DB creator role. Of course, you know this. Okay, this is default for every role. A member of DB creator can alter the database. Alter is a command which will help you to change the database, what we can say, settings or configurations, guys. By using alter command, we can change the altering means, you know, right? Altering means changing, right? So by using this alter command, you can change the database configuration settings and all. A member of this role can create a database. A member of this role can drop the database. He can extend the database. He can restore the database. He can restore the log file of the database. He can do all these things, guys. Let's discuss 1 or 2 points. Okay. So now what I can do, I just logged in as Shanmukh, right? Shanmukh is a member of which role? Bulk admin. He can do bulk inserts and all. Okay. Let's try to create one database, guys. Can I create a database? Shanmukh, can Shanmukh create a database, guys? No, right?
No.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to create one database called Dpo. This is the command, right? Correct command only, right? Create database name. Okay, so let me execute. So of course, create database permission denied in database master. Okay, it is saying you don't have enough permissions. Who? Shanmukh. You can see here. Who ran this query? Shanmukh. Who ran this query? Shanmukh. Shanmukh doesn't have enough permissions to create the database. So what I am going to do now, I means this administrator having sysadmin access. I am having sysadmin access, guys. If you want, you can see here. This login, right, I am using. So double click on this login, go to server roles. You can see I'm having sysadmin access. Okay, so that's why I can do anything here. Right, now let me give access to Shanmukh. Okay, how can I give access? Go to server roles. Guys, while doing practice, always practice with one role at a time. Don't practice with multiple roles at a time. While doing practice, I am saying I am wantedly removing Shanmukh from the bulk admin. Okay, why? Because I want to test DB creator. You can have bulk admin also, no issues, but you are testing one role, right? You should be clear on that role. So don't remove any roles. Okay, if you are giving permissions on some roles means nothing but removing permissions on other roles. No. Just for testing purpose, I am removing him from the bulk admin, guys. I am adding DB creator role. That's it. Okay, click OK. Now Shanmukh is a member of DB creator. As per the permissions, okay, DB creator, as per the permissions of DB creator, Shanmukh can do all these 8 things, guys. In that database, create database is also there. Now go to Shanmukh session. Earlier he don't have permissions to create database. Now again execute the same query. Now he can create the database. Right, now you can see here command completed successfully, and if you see here databases, just refresh it. Now you can see, okay, Dpo is created, guys. Dpo will be created in this server and this server as well, or only in the above server? In both the servers Dpo database will be created, or only on the above server Dpo database will be created?
Both are same servers, right?
Is it?
Only one database.
Only Shanmukh can create database in this server and this server as well, or only in this server?
Both.
Both.
Both are same server.
Both are single server only.
Correct. Very good. Okay.
Only
So
this has been different.
yes, both are same, guys. The instance is same. Here administrator is connected, here Shanmukh is connected. 2 people are connected to the same instance. So don't think this one is different instance, this one is different instance. No, both are same. This is administrator connection, this is Shanmukh connection. For example, you have a, what is that, charger, what is that, plug board. Imagine you have a plug board. Imagine that plug board is having 4 or 5 ports. You can connect to that plug board. Your brother, your sister, your family members can use the same plug board, right? So plug board is only one that is having 5 connections. So you can use it. Your brother, your sister, everyone can use it. Like up to 5 connections they can use it. The same way server is only one. Okay, the same to the same server. This is administrator connection. This is Shanmukh connection. That's it, guys. Okay, fine. Now like this we can test it. Of course, this person, what he can do, he can create the database and he can drop the database also. So now you can run this drop database name to delete the database. Of course, all permissions will come, guys. It's not like only one permission will come. If you are a member of DB creator, okay, if you want or if you don't want, by default you will get all 8 permissions. Sir, I want only 2 permissions. Remaining permissions I don't want, sir. That is not possible. You are a member of that role. By default you will get all the permissions of that role. Clear, guys? Right? So next is, after this particular role, what is the other role? Server roles. Disk admin, guys. Disk admin will never use. Of course other roles also will never use, but disk admin we don't even touch this disk admin also. Okay, so this role is having 5 permissions. Of course, if you are a member of disk admin, you can add another person to the disk admin role. He can initialize the disk, guys. Disk initialization. He can dump device, disk default, drop device and all. This is related to the disks, guys, folders and all. Generally we don't use this role at all. Right. So next is process admin, guys. So what is this process admin? Okay, if you see here, there are 2 permissions. Of course, if you are a member of process admin, you can add another person to the same process admin role. This is by default, you know. Kill. What is this kill, guys? What is this kill? What this person can do? What?
Deadlock kill.
No, of course, is a part of it. Okay, but not like only for deadlocks. So what he is going to kill? What a person of process admin is going to kill?
Long running session.
Okay, that means the sessions, right?
Yes.
Not only long running sessions, right? Sessions. Whether long running or any sessions, he can kill it. Okay. So process admin, guys. Process admin means, as you know, lot of process will run in the back end when you execute a query. When you execute any query, generally we can execute query in each session, guys. I can connect, I can execute my own session, I can execute my own query. You can connect, you can execute your own query on the same server, same database. Another person XYZ can connect to the same database and he can execute his own query. Imagine 3 people are executing 3 different queries on the same database or on different database. One query is taking lot of time, or simply one query is creating issues, whether it is taking lot of time or it is creating blockings. That is a different thing. Out of these 3 people, one query, the person who is running one query, that is creating some issues. Okay, so now I want to cancel that query. I want to cancel that query, guys. So technically there is no cancel kind of thing in the SQL Server. So the same operation you can call it as a kill. You can kill the sessions. You can kill other sessions, guys. You can kill other sessions. You can kill your own sessions. Kill means simply closing the task or cancelling the task. So if I want to kill other sessions means, first of all, I should know what and all sessions are running in the SQL Server, right? How to find that one? You can use one query. Okay, what is that query, guys? sp_who2. By using this stored procedure, you can see all the sessions that are running in the SQL Server at any time, at any point of time. If you want to see what and all sessions are running in my SQL Server, you can use this who2. You can see your own sessions. You can see if any other people are connected, and if they are running any sessions, you can see their own sessions also. You can see in this table, guys. Total how many sessions are running? 55 sessions are running. Okay, and this is your SPID. You can see here session process ID. You can see from 1 onwards, you can see here up to like session IDs will be there. See, whenever I am opening one session, one ID is creating, right? One ID is creating. That IDs you can see here, guys. 52, 53, 54, same. 52, 53, 54, same IDs you can see here, guys. And if you see who is the login, okay, and you can see here 53 session by Shanmukh. You can see here, right? In the bracket Shanmukh. See here login. Who connected under 53 session? Shanmukh. Who connected under 54 session? Administrator. Who connected under 57 session? Administrator. Who connected under 63 session? Shanmugh. So I can see who are all connected to my SQL server. I can see their names in the SP Who2. I can see what and all current processes that are running in my SQL using SP_Who2. I can see what is the status of each process. I can see using SP_Who2, like whether query is running, or query is sleeping, or query is runnable, or query is background, or query is suspended. Like the different status will be there, guys. I can see the status. I can see who is running these queries. I can see on which server they are running the queries, same server name. I can see on what database they are running these queries, I can see what queries they are running, guys. Not completely, but at least you will get an idea. If you are running a select query, you can see select here. If you are running a stored procedure, you can see select into here. If you are running a alter query, you can see here alter. At least it will show you the first letter alter. It will show you create, it will show you insert, it will show you update. You can see the first letter of that particular query, guys. Okay, you can see what command is running, and you can see how much CPU it is taking, that particular session, how much CPU it is taking, how much disk IO it is taking, from when he ran the particular session, date and time, and from which source he is running the session, from which application he is running the session. I am running the sessions using which application, guys? Management Studio, right? You can see here Management Studio query, Management Studio query, Management Studio query, Management Studio query, Management. Again, you can see same SPID. So SP Who2 is an excellent stored procedure, guys. Using this SP Who2, you can see all these details. Now let me go to Shanmugh session. This is Shanmugh session, right? Let me execute SP Who2, guys. Okay. So what output I'll get? Any guess, guys? Now, if Shanmugh executing this SP Who2, what output he will get? Any guess?
She's running.
Running? Tell me, guys, what output he can see?
Yes,
Sorry?
running status maybe.
Running status? Okay. Let me execute, guys. How many sessions? Here 55 sessions are there. The same server, right? Server is same. Here only one session is there. Why like that?
He is having that admin account.
Very good. Shanmugh is just a normal login with the DB creator permissions, right?
Yes.
Shanmugh doesn't have any permissions to see other sessions. If you are a member of process admin, you can see other sessions also. Currently, you are not member of process admin, so you cannot see other sessions. Clear, guys? So that's why see here he can see his own session, guys. 53 is his own session. He can see only his session. He cannot see other sessions. Now, if he wants to see other sessions, what we can do, guys? And also, okay, kill permission. Let me kill. I am going to kill one session, guys. How to kill any session? If I want to kill this session, 63 session. So let me kill this session. How to kill it? Simply you can write a query, guys. Kill. Okay, which session you want to kill? I want to kill 63. You have to give kill SPID. What is the session you want to kill? Kill 63. You can execute this query, guys. Okay. Now if you execute it as it is running under administrator connection, I can kill other sessions. I am having permissions. I am a sysadmin. Administrator is having a sysadmin permissions. So he can kill. He can do whatever he wants. But by using this, let me check another session, SPID. Okay, guys, 1 to 50 sessions you cannot do anything. Up to 50 sessions, those are all background sessions. You cannot kill background sessions, guys. Okay, 51 onwards, user sessions will start. From 51 onwards, you can kill the user sessions. If you execute kill 47, you will get an error. Background sessions you cannot kill. Okay, from 51 onwards, you can kill the user sessions. Means you can kill only user sessions. So let me check. 52 is there. Let me try to kill 52, guys. Kill 52. Can I kill it, guys? Can I kill?
No.
Okay. So if you see here, user doesn't have enough permissions to use the kill statement. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give access, I'm going to add Shanmukh to the process admin role. How to do that? Double click on Shanmukh, go to server role. I'm removing this DB creator this time. I'm testing process admin, right? So selecting only process admin, click OK. Done, guys. Now earlier he can see only his session, right? Shanmukh can see only his session. Now if you execute, he can see all other sessions, like 55 sessions. If he wants to kill any session, he can select that particular session, kill, of course, session ID, kill, execute. You can see here he can able to kill the sessions also. But don't kill the sessions like this, guys, even though you are having permissions. Why? Because when generally sessions will be generated, if some person is connected to the SQL server and if he is executing something, then only a session will be created on his name, right? Agree? For example, imagine he is doing some very important operations. You suddenly entered into the SQL server and suddenly you killed his session without his approvals. He will escalate the issue to the management level. He will complain to your team lead or manager. Without having my approvals, he killed my session. So management will take action on you. Kill is very dangerous command. Without approvals, you cannot kill. You have to ask him. You can see his login name here, right? You can see the login name here. You can ask him if, for example, Shanmukh is doing something. Before killing Shanmukh session, check in the teams or try to send an email. Hey Shanmukh, your query is creating problems. Can I kill your session? If possible, he himself will stop executing that query from his side. If not possible, he will give approvals. Yes, you can kill it. No problem. You can kill the session. So like that, before killing, you have to take the approvals. Then only you have to kill the sessions, guys. This is just to show you how to see the sessions, how to kill the sessions and all. Okay. Right. So what is the next role, guys? Public. Generally, public doesn't have any permissions, guys. Public doesn't have any permissions. Okay. So public is a default role whenever you are creating any login. Okay. So whenever you are creating any login, generally, okay, that particular login will be automatically added to the public server role. That particular login will be automatically added to the public server role. Let me create one login. Okay, one SQL login I am creating. SQL authentication. So let me check any participant here. Let me go with Isha. Okay. Isha. Right, password, I'm giving a simple password, tab 123 password. I'm unchecking this policy. Wantedly I'm unchecking. In the organization, don't uncheck. Why? Because you have to give strong password. If this policy is enabled, I cannot give weak password. To give the weak password, I'm just unchecking this policy. See here, server roles. By default, while creating itself, I can see Isha is a part of public server role. I cannot uncheck this one, guys. By default, she is a part of a public server role, so you cannot uncheck it. So public is not a known fixed. Public doesn't have any permissions. You see here, public is not a known fixed role. You don't see any permissions to public. It's not a fixed role. Fixed role means all other roles are fixed role, guys. Public is not a fixed role. Okay, so but whenever you create any login, by default the login is part of which server role, guys? Which server role? By default the login is part of which server role? By default, any login is a part of which server role? Public. Okay. Very good. Right. Let's discuss about other role. Guys, other than process admin, who can kill the sessions, guys? Other than process admin, who can kill the sessions?
Sysadmin.
Sysadmin. Very good. Guys, sysadmin can do anything. So if anyone is asking other than this process admin, who can do, means your answer should be sysadmin. Sysadmin can do anything. Okay. So let's discuss about the security admin. So what is the security admin? In the security, what items you can see, guys? In the security folder, what items you can see? You can see logins, right? You can see server roles, lot of security things you can see, right? So if you execute these permissions, this command, you can see almost 16 permissions are there for this role. If you are I'll give you a very important permissions, guys. Forget about. No one will ask you what and all permissions are there. You can tell one or two on permissions, guys. DB creator, what permissions it is having, guys? DB creator. The name itself is saying the member of this role can create the databases. If you are having creator permission, you are having a destroy permissions also. So he can drop the database. He can restore the database. He can restore the log file. At least 1-2 permissions. No need to remember, sir, 16 permissions are there. Do I need to remember? No, not required. Just 1-2 is enough. Okay, that two main server roles, not all server roles. Okay, fine. So process admin, what he can do? He can kill the sessions. Of course, only one permission, right? You have to remember. Security admin mainly deals with the logins, guys. Mainly deals with the logins. Security admin mainly deals with the logins. Creating logins, deleting the logins, changing the passwords, changing the login names. All these things can be done by the security admin, guys. Okay, so for example, if you see here, I cannot see other logins. Why I cannot see other logins?
You don't have permission.
Yes, I don't have permissions. That's why I cannot see other logins. So in case if I want to see other logins also, here let me try to create new login using this. Okay, Shanmugh connection. I'm trying to create a new login, guys. I'm trying to create a new login. Okay, so Saurabh, new login name is Saurabh. Okay, so SQL authentication 123 tab 123 unchecking. Can I create? Can I click OK? So what it is saying? User doesn't have permissions to perform this action. So you don't have permissions, guys, to create logins. Means who can create logins? If you are a member of security admin, you can create a login, or you can delete the login. You can change the passwords of the login. You can change the usernames, and you can delete the logins also, right? So now let me add Shanmugh to the security admin role. Go to server roles, of course. Go to logins, double click on Shanmugh, and go to server roles. Simply uncheck this one. Again, don't uncheck any server role in the organization. Just to show you the demo of security admin, I'm selecting that one. Click OK. Now you cannot see, earlier you cannot see other logins, right? Right now, just refresh it. Now he can see all other logins. Why? Because he's a member of security admin now. He can manage the logins now. He can delete the logins, he can create the new logins, he can do whatever he wants. So now he can see all the logins, guys. If I want to create a new login, he means Shanmugh. If Shanmugh wants to create a new login, same process. New login, SQL authentication, Saurav. Okay, 123 tab 123. Uncheck. Click OK. Earlier I cannot create Saurav login. Now I'm able to create Saurav login under Shanmugh session only. So in this way you can do. If you're a member of security admin, you can create new logins, delete the existing logins, you can change the passwords of the logins. Okay, you can do all security related things, guys. Fine. So I told you, right, whenever you are giving access on any database, automatically a user will be created, right? So if you see here under security, see database level also will have one security, guys. This is server level security. Okay, if you expand any database, you can see database level security. This is database level, guys. Under database, the last folder is database level security. Okay, so you can see the database level security. If you expand this database level security, you can see the users, guys. See, I gave access to Shanmugh on batch 46, right? While giving access, okay, I shown you one username, right? See here, this is the user. If I delete this user, okay, that login, that Shanmugh login, even though that login is having access on this website, he cannot connect. Why? Because the associated user is deleted. There is no representative to connect to the database, guys. So if any person is unable to connect to the database, check whether he is having access on the database or not. If he is having access, check whether his username is there or not in the particular database. Is it clear, guys? Users, you can see under database settings, under database security. So let me go to the server level security again. So logins, server roles, security admin is done, server admin, guys. So what is the server admin will do? Okay, what server admin will do? So server admin can do all these 7 permissions. Okay, he can add another person to the server admin role. DBCC free proc cache, this you cannot at this moment, no need to discuss this one. So these things means they are going to free up the cache means memory area. Okay, so they are going to delete the caches and all, they are going to clean the caches and all. So sp configure is a one query, guys. Sp configure is a one stored procedure. Using this sp configure, you can change the settings of the SQL server, guys. Using sp underscore configure, you can change the settings of the SQL server. So if you see here sp underscore configure, you can run this command. Okay, sp configure. So you can see all the SQL server level settings. You can see here. You can see only 23, right? But lot of settings are there. How can I see those things? You have to turn on this show advanced options. See here, the minimum value is 0, maximum value is 1. Means if you disable, if this option is disabled, means you can see the 0. If you want to enable, means you have to set it to 1. So minimum 0, maximum this value means 0 means disabled, 1 means enabled, guys. Okay, right. Configuration value, you can see here this one 0. Run value. So there is a difference between configuration value, run value. Configuration means you can change the configuration settings. Okay, but when you change some settings, not all settings, when you change some settings, you have to restart the SQL server. Imagine at 7.3 I just changed one setting, I just changed this setting. So until I restart the SQL server, you can see configuration value is 1 but run value is 0. Once I restarted the server, the new change will take effect, right? So the run value also you can see 1. Run value means currently on which value it is running. Configuration value means currently on which value it was configured. Okay, fine. Let me enable this. How to enable any option? Select this particular show advanced options, go to sp configure, use single quotes, close the single quotes, comma. If I want to enable, what value I have to give, guys? If I want to enable this setting, what value I have to give?
1.
1, right? So simply give 1. Yeah, that's it. If I want to disable, what value I have to give? 0.
0.
Done. So now
0.
you can see here, yeah, configuration option, show advanced options, change it from 0 to 1. So whenever you change, you have to run reconfigure. See here, run the reconfigure statement to install. If you want to install this setting, you have to run the reconfigure, right? So what is the command? Reconfigure. So now if you execute this reconfigure, the settings will be permanently applied. If you don't execute, see here, again let me show you. I want to show you the difference between run value and configuration value. See here, earlier configuration value is 0, run value is 0 for this setting. Now configuration value is 1. What is the run value? 0. Why it is 0? It was not yet applied completely. To install this setting, what you have to do? You have to run reconfigure. Until you run reconfigure, it won't be applied. Now let me run the reconfigure. Done. Now let me execute sp configure. Now see here, earlier how many? 23. Now this time 77 permissions. Okay, if you see here, show advanced, yes. Okay, configuration value 1, run value is also means the setting is applied globally. So it was changed from disabled to enabled state. Currently it is running on 1, means which is enabled, guys. So like this, if you want to enable or disable any option from this 77 permissions, these are 77 settings I can say. These are 77 settings I can say, guys. If I want to enable any of the options, I can simply copy this option, any setting. Okay, imagine XP command shell is there. Copy this setting. I want to enable this one. Okay, just paste it here. If you want to enable, what is the value, guys? 1. Maximum value is 1. Run this. Once you run this, you cannot forget, you have to run this reconfigure also, then only it will be applied permanently. Again run it, just check it whether it was applied permanently or not. Now you can see earlier both are zeros, now you can see both are 1. So this is how you can change any settings using SP configure, guys. If you are a member of server admin, you can do these things. If you are a member of server admin, you can do these things, guys. Clear? Any questions here, please? So now Shanmukh, let's go to this Shanmukh session. Let me run SP configure. Whether he can run or not, we'll see. Okay, so this is Shanmukh session, right? So SP configure. This is Shanmukh session only, right? So he can see all the settings, no problem, he can see. But if he wants to change any settings, see here allow updates. Let's change this allow updates. Okay, let me copy the query. What is the query? This one, right? Control C, sorry, Control Z, Control C, go to Shanmukh session, Control V. This option, okay, will change all allow updates. Okay, so let me change this. So the maximum value is 1 only, right? Maximum is 1 means I have to use 1 to enable the option. User doesn't have permissions to perform this action. If you are a member of server admin, okay, go to security. Where is that logins? Shanmukh, double click, server roles, uncheck server admin, uncheck security admin, check server admin, click OK. Okay, now go to this one. Now run the same. You can see here user doesn't have permissions. Now if you execute, see here configuration option, allow updates, change it from 0 to 1. What you have to do, run the reconfigure. Run the reconfigure to apply the settings permanently. Ad hoc update system catalogs is not supported. He don't have permissions to reconfigure. Okay, so that's why he's getting the permission. Again, to reconfigure also you should have extra permissions, guys. Okay, so in the same way you can give permissions. So where is that connection? This is the one. Okay, right. Reconfigure he is having, SP configure also is having, but why it is not taking reconfigure? Okay, so this is a setting, guys, allow updates, right? So while installation we haven't selected allow update option, that's why it is showing like this. Even though you ran the same settings from sysadmin session also, you will get the same error. Control C. Why? Because we just turned off the updates during installation, so that's why allow updates are okay. It will be changed, but reconfigure, if you run reconfigure, okay, so you'll get the same error. Ad hoc, this is an administrator connection. Okay, why? Because during installation itself we just disable the update auto updates. Generally auto updates won't be allowed. Why? Because auto updates might restart the SQL servers and all unnecessarily. So your server will be down, your database will be down, your application will be down, which is okay, not suitable for the database application. Fine. So let me go to the other role. What is the other role? Server admin, setup admin, guys. Setup admin also we don't use it. Okay. Setup admin generally, okay, of course, add member to the setup admin. A member of setup admin can create a linked servers. Linked servers is a kind of a connection, guys. It's a link between two different database softwares. You can see here. You can see here. Where is that linked server? System or server objects. Here you can see. Okay, so you can create a link between two different servers, guys. Source server, destination server. So you can create a connection, a link between SQL Server to SQL Server or Oracle to SQL Server. So like that, between two RDBMS softwares, you can create a link to transfer the data. That we can do using linked servers. If you create a linked servers, you have to give the data source and all. You have to provide the string and all. So you have to give the access, this particular access and all, security access and all. Then automatically linked server will be created, and you have to give the source and destination, guys. Okay, other data source, if you want, you can choose other data source, like you can see Oracle and all. So depends upon the other source, you can choose the source, and you can create a linked server between Oracle SQL Server to SQL Server. So you can create links between the different RDBMS softwares using linked servers. So if you are a member of setup admin, you can create linked servers, you can drop the linked servers, and you can configure the linked servers. Okay, so you can mark a stored procedure as a startup. So you can do these things also. I'm not sure what is this, but a member of setup admin can do all these three things, guys. We'll never use this setup admin. Finally, you know, right, sysadmin. You know what sysadmin will do. No need to explain also. Sysadmin can do everything, but not everything he can do. Okay, not this one. Sysadmin can do everything. Okay, he can, whatever permissions we discussed till now, create database, drop database, create logins, drop logins, changing the passwords of the logins, running SP who is active, sorry, SP who to, killing other sessions, lot of things till now we discussed. See here, he can add another member to bulk. He can add any login to sysadmin. At the same time, he is a sysadmin, right? He can add any person to any role: bulk admin, DB creator, disk admin, process admin, security admin, server admin, setup admin. See here, the same permissions: add member to bulk admin, add member to DB creator, disk admin, process admin, security admin, server admin, setup admin, sysadmin. And you can see add, drop from DB access admin, drop from backup operator. He can also add and he can remove from the database roles also. These are the database roles, guys. See here, these permissions we have already checked in the DB creator, but same kind of permissions: backup database, alter database, checkpoint. You can see lot of things, create database. So like this, whatever permissions we have seen till now, all the permissions are part of the sysadmin, guys. So sysadmin, simply he can do anything. Sysadmin means he can do anything, guys. There is no limit to sysadmin. Okay, he can do anything. Fine. Any questions, any doubts? If I want to give you sysadmin access, how can I give you sysadmin access, guys? Simply logins again, login name, double click on it, and server roles, sysadmin. Can I give like this? Is it a valid permissions, guys? Can I give like this? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Are you sure? Are you sure, guys? Yes. Can I give like this?
If we give to sysadmin, he will get all permissions.
Then what is the use of server admin? This is not a correct. If you are sysadmin, you can do all these things. Why again I have to specifically give the server admin, guys?
Yes, yes.
Got it?
Yes,
This is not correct. See, there is no mistake in that, but this is not a professionalism. Okay, so I can select all these things, but it's not good. Why? Because instead of adding in all these roles, simply add him into the sysadmin. It's enough, right? Okay, so generally we don't give like this, guys. Someone is doing something on my screen. Who is that? This red mark. Okay, fine. Where is that? This one here. Okay, so it's not correct. So either he should be sysadmin or he can be part of any role, guys. Okay, he can be part of any role, but this one, which is not good. It will accept, it won't throw any error, but this is not like good. So he can easily understand this person doesn't have knowledge on security. The person who gave like this, he doesn't have complete knowledge on the security. Okay, so you can remove. So I can simply give sysadmin, right? So now this person can do anything, guys. Shanmukh, now Shanmukh is a sysadmin. Sorry, Shanmukh is a sysadmin. Now Shanmukh can do. Okay, so you can do anything, guys. So this is how it will work. This is how generally you can add any login to the sysadmin role. Any questions, guys? Okay, so if no questions, take a break for 15 minutes. What is the time now? 7:17. 7:30. Okay, come back at 7:32, guys. Okay, we'll discuss other things as well. I'll be back at 7:32. Any questions, any doubts, guys, on server roles? Any questions are there? No questions? Are we good? Right, fine. Okay, so I hope you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So till now we discussed about the fixed server roles, guys. Till now we discussed about the fixed server roles. These are all fixed server roles. Okay, total 9, 8 plus 1 server roles will be there. Generally, no one will ask you all the server roles, but if you can remember, there is a shortcut BD square PS4. Okay, if you want to remember, this is the shortcut BD square PS4. Okay, B for bulk admin, D square 2 Ds, D square means 2 Ds, DB created disk admin, P process admin, S4 4S security admin, server admin, system admin, setup admin. Okay, if you want to remember all the 4 server roles, you can follow the shortcut, guys. BD square PS4. These are fixed server roles. What is meant by fixed server roles, guys? What is fixed server role? Fixed server role means the permissions of these roles are fixed, guys. I told you, right? I cannot change the permissions. I cannot add permissions. I cannot remove the existing permissions. The permissions are fixed, guys. The permissions are fixed. I cannot do any changes related to the permissions. Whenever I add any person to the sysadmin, automatically he will get all these 121 permissions. I cannot delete 2-3 permissions from the sysadmin role. I cannot add 2-3 extra permissions to the sysadmin role or any role. Any role, for example, if you see DB creator is a fixed server role. Okay, so I cannot change the permissions, guys. I can simply use the existing permissions. Okay, whatever permissions are there, 8 permissions, I cannot add 2 extra permissions to this role. I cannot delete any existing permissions from this role. The permissions are fixed. That's why we'll call this as a fixed server roles. Can we customize this server role? The answer is
No.
yes. Not these roles. The answer is yes. We can create customized server roles. We can create customized server roles, not the existing server roles. We are not going to touch the fixed server roles, but we can create a customized server role. Customization means, you know, right? So you know the customization, especially ladies, you will generally go for the customization of your clothes and all. In the same way, we'll go for customization if any suit is there, like this customization, right? So I want to go with the customization. Okay, so in the same way, the fixed server roles, I cannot change the permissions of the role. So in case if I want to create any role with my own permissions, if I want to create any role with my own permissions, that I can do from SQL Server 2012 onwards. This feature has been introduced from SQL Server 2012. So what is this customization of server roles? Not the existing server roles. Again, you cannot touch this fixed server roles. You can create your own server role, guys. You can add whatever permissions you want. That is called customized server role. How to do that? Right click on the server roles, new server role. Here you have to give what permissions. I want to create a server role. Okay, this server role contains some permissions from DB creator. Some permissions. See, if you want or if you don't want, if you like or don't like, by default you will get these permissions. So people might misuse this. Okay, people might misuse the permissions. You cannot remove the permissions, right? That's why server roles generally people won't use other than sysadmin. Generally people don't use this other server roles and all. Why? Because I want to give only create database permission to you, but to do that I am also giving extra 7 permissions, which is not suitable. Okay, so that's why I can create my own server role. In that server role I can create some permission. I can create a server role with some permissions from DB creator role, some from disk admin role, some from setup admin role, some from system admin role, or some other permissions like this. I can group together. I can create a server role that contains mixed permissions, guys. Whatever permissions I want, I can add it to the server role. If I don't want those permissions, I can remove the permissions from the server role. That's why this is called customized server role. In the fixed server roles, I cannot do that. If you like it, if you don't like it, you have to enjoy all the permissions of that fixed server role. But whereas customization will be there. If you don't like, if you don't want, you can remove the permissions from that role. You can, or if you want extra permissions, you can add extra permissions to that role, guys. Okay, how to create? Right click new server role, you will get like this. So here what permissions you want, you can give the name of the server role, like how we are having DB creator, disk admin, process admin. You can give your own role. Okay, app DB custom role, app DB custom role, custom server role, right? Fine. Permissions, where I can see the permissions, maximize this window. So what kind of permissions you want? What kind of permissions you want? See here, if you select the server, you can see different permissions, guys. See how many permissions are there. These are all permissions. Lot of permissions are there. And if you see here, grant with grant deny, what is the difference between grant with grant and deny, guys? I can see grant with grant, deny. Okay, so listen this, guys, very important. Grant means giving permissions. With grant means, just now we discussed it, right? If you are a member of DB creator role or any other server role, you can add any other person to the particular role, DB creator role. That is with grant. The command is with grant. Means if you are having grant select permission, grant select means what? To read the data will use select query, right? Select permission, right? If I give grant giving permission, grant means giving permission. What permission? Select permission. Grant select to Suresh, imagine, means I gave select permission to Suresh. If I gave with grant select to Suresh, in this case only Suresh can use this permission, select permission. If I gave with grant select to Suresh, Suresh can utilize this permission. Suresh can give same select permission. What permission is having? Select permission to other login. This is called with grant. Grant means only you can enjoy the permissions. With grant means you can enjoy the permissions. If you want, you can give same permission. What permissions you are having, you can give same permissions to others. Deny means denying the permission. Denying, I don't want you to utilize this object at all. Denying the permission. I don't want you to utilize this permission at all. Simply I am going to deny. Okay, so for example, we have student table and we have let me go with one user here. Okay, this time 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so student is like Shahana, imagine. Okay, Shahana. So student Shahana, so I am giving permissions to Shahana on this is student table. Okay, this is like user Shahana user. So if I gave select permission, grant select to Shahana on student table, means what? Shahana can run select query on the student table, guys. Okay, if I gave same permission with grant, control C control V, Shahana can utilize this permission, select permission. Shahana can give same select permission to others. Deny select to Shahana on student means you don't want to give permissions to Shahana at all. This is very important, at all. You don't want to give select permission to Shahana on student table. You might ask one question, sir, why I have to deny explicitly? If I am not giving access, Shahana cannot access the table, right? Correct, guys? If I give select permission to Shahana, Shahana can access. If you see here, alter any database, see here this permission. If I select grant, Shahana can alter the database. If I give with grant to Shahana, Shahana can alter the database, this permission. Shahana can give same alter any database permission to others. If I give, I don't want to alter the database, I don't want Shahana to alter this database. Simply I don't give any permissions, right? This will work, right? Why I need deny? Why I have to use deny permission explicitly? Can anyone tell me? You got the point, right? If I don't want to Shahana, if I don't want Shahana to access student table, I don't give access to Shahana on student table. Why I have to deny the Shahana on student table? Why? What is the reason? Why means deny is very powerful permission in the SQL Server, guys. After sysadmin is the most powerful, right? It's the top, right? After sysadmin, deny is the most powerful permission in the SQL Server. So why I have to explicitly give deny permission to Shahana means I might feel Shahana can read this table in the future. If you give grant with grant, okay, Shahana of course can read it. Forget about with grant. If you give grant, Shahana can alter the database. I was very strongly decided that no one can alter this database. I gave deny. So in future, if anyone gave alter any database to Shahana, in future, if Shahana is having access, alter any database access is there, as deny is there, until deny is there, even though she is having access, she cannot utilize that one. Is it clear, guys? I was very strongly decided that no one has to access this object. In that case, okay, I can give deny, guys. So if you don't give deny, what will happen in the future? Might be some other guy will give access to Shahana. Shahana can read the table. No, strongly Shahana or any users cannot read this table. Then I'll give deny. So if anyone by mistake gives select permission to Shahana, as deny is there, deny only will work, guys. If deny is there, deny only will work. Even though Shahana is having, this is what very important, guys. Sometimes people will come back to us, hey, I'm unable to read the table. when you check his permissions, he will have access on the table. But you have to check one more thing, whether deny is applying on him. If deny is applying on him, even though he is having permission, he cannot enjoy that permissions, guys. Is it clear? Everyone, if I don't give access, in the future someone can give access to Shahana, but I was strongly decided I don't give access to Shahana, so I'll give deny to Shahana. In the future, if someone gives access to Shahana, as deny is there, deny only will work. That is, select permission won't work. Clear? Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so that is the power of deny, guys. After sysadmin, deny is the most powerful permission. So that is the power of deny. So what I'm going to do, I'm creating some application role. I mean, like this server role, customized server role. I will choose some permissions, guys. Just randomly I'm choosing some permissions. Okay, alter any database. Okay, grant. What and all other permissions are there? Alter any login, grant. Okay, alter any server role, alter trace, connect to SQL server. Okay, grant, connect to any database, grant, create any database, grant, control server. No, this one, grant. Okay, and shut down SQL server. No, deny. Okay, I'm giving shutdown SQL server. Even though if anyone giving access to him to shut down the SQL server, so as deny is there, strictly he cannot shut down the SQL server. Deny only will work. Got the point? Exact point? Even though you are having shutdown permission, I was strongly decided I don't want to give permissions to you. Okay? So what I'll do? I'll give simply deny. So even though someone gives grant permission to this role, as deny is there, deny only will work, guys. Okay? So like this it will be useful. That's it, guys. I just randomly I collected some permissions. That's it. Okay? So now I can click OK. So how to add
Means
any... Yes, please.
it means deny won't change it in future also.
Deny won't change. See, it's not like changing.
Can
It's
you,
kind of one permission is
unclick
applied on you.
also. If unclick also.
Unclick,
If
you can
unclick that
unclick.
button.
You can unclick it. In the future, if you want, you can unclick it. It's not like permanent setting.
If unclick also, it won't work. It will only work. Deny.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no. If you unclick deny means deny will be unchecked. Means deny won't apply.
If you want to uncheck, how to?
That's the same way. How you gave, on the same way you have to uncheck. Okay.
if we give uncheck, it get the permission, right?
See,
They can get the permission.
see,
That
wait a minute. If shutdown permission is there, shutdown permission, grant, deny, both are there. Forget about with the grant, you know, right? With the grant,
okay.
grant, deny is there. Shutdown permission, wantedly I just kept it in the deny section. Okay, means deny is selected for shutdown. So in the future, if someone comes and if someone selected that grant option, until deny is unchecked, that deny only will work. Why? Because even though I gave grant permission to shut down, even though grant permission to shut down is there, but still deny is there on the back end, deny will stop you to not you shut down the SQL server. If I don't want to make that permission, uncheck deny. Simply uncheck the deny, it will work.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, okay.
That's what I mean.
If you remove it, nothing will happen. Same as it is, how it will work, in the same way it will work. If you are having shutdown permission, you can shut down the SQL server if you uncheck the deny. You can uncheck the deny, you can check the deny whenever you want. But don't uncheck and give it. Uncheck means someone strongly decided not to give these permissions. If you want to uncheck deny, check with the person, check with the team lead or manager. Someone denied this one. Why they denied? Strongly they denied. Strongly they opposed to give the permission. Why they are opposing? Check with them first. Then you just remove deny. Right? Deny, the meaning of the deny, you know, right? Strongly opposing. This person cannot shut down the SQL server at all. Strongly opposing. If you remove the deny, of course it will work. But before removing, check with the colleagues. Why it was denied? What is the reason? Got the point?
Okay.
Right? Right. Fine, guys. So like this it will work. So now in case if I want to add Shanmukh to the server role, how to do that? Same way. Logins, Shanmukh or Saurabh, anyone. Okay. Double click server roles. This, see here, earlier you can see only 8 server roles, 8 plus 1, 9 fixed server roles. Now you can see my custom role also, app db custom role. So if I click OK, now if you want to see, you can see guys. Okay, Saurav, what I did, I just gave shutdown permission. Shutdown is denied for Saurav, right? So let me connect as Saurav. Okay, let me connect as Saurav. Right. Now right click, I am going to run one query to shut down the SQL server. What is that query guys? Shutdown, execute. What it is saying, user doesn't have permission to perform this action. Let me go to this server role. Where is my server role? Double click. Okay, so already server is added, memberships, not memberships, general. Yeah, here select it, maximize this, go down, shutdown permission, see here, and again one more shutdown permission is there, means you can give select also. See, I am giving shutdown now. Okay, I am giving shutdown grant. Means generally if you give only shutdown grant, okay, he can shut down the SQL server, right? Let me click OK. Now let me execute it again. Why like that? No, it cannot. The connection is broken. Let me check whether the permission is removed or what. One minute guys. My studio is hanged. Server roles. Yeah, this was removed, I guess, whenever I gave the access. Okay, this was removed. This is shut down, right? Let me first check whether it is there or not. Which one will be there? Let me first check. Okay, then we can see. Shut down. At a time only one is applying. If you see here, even though I gave grant, that is unselecting, and whatever permission you are giving, automatically that permission is applying. And if you execute now, okay, so generally user doesn't have permission to perform this action, guys. So before giving, in case if you can see deny, before giving any grant permission, with grant permission, check whether deny is there. If deny is there, don't give, guys. Okay, if deny is there, don't give permissions. Cross check with the team members and why it was denied. So any reason is there, then confirm with them, then only you have to give the permissions. Okay, fine. So after sysadmin, deny is the most powerful permission, guys. Sysadmin versus deny, who will win? Means imagine Saurav is a sysadmin and deny is applying on him. Can Saurav shut down the SQL server, guys? No or yes? Saurav is a sysadmin and shutdown permission was denied to Saurav. Saurav can shut down the SQL server or not? Till now we discussed
Yes.
the same point.
Yes.
Why yes?
After sysadmin,
That is the
then
important
it was
point, right? After sysadmin means first priority is sysadmin. As per the sysadmin, he can shut down the SQL server. Right? Now tell me, shutdown permission, right? Okay. So Saurav is a member of server admin. Okay, let me open the server admin. Where is the query? Check this one. Yes. Okay, let me delete and the server admin. Now, if you see here, this server admin is having shutdown permission. Means if you are a member of server admin, you can shut down the SQL server, right? Correct? If you are a member of server admin, you can shut down the SQL server. Now, Saurav is a member of server admin. At the same time, shutdown permission was denied to Saurav. At the same time, shutdown permission was denied to Saurav. Now tell me, Saurav can shut down the SQL server or not? Server or not? Yes. Tell me.
No.
No, we can't.
We can't. No, we can't. No, we can't. Why I am getting that much echo? Okay, so the answer is no, guys. He cannot shut down the SQL server. Why? Because deny is the second highest permission in the SQL server after sysadmin. So after deny only all the server roles will come. So even though Saurav is a member of server admin, even though shutdown permission is there for server admin, but deny is applying on the Saurav. Why? Because deny is the second highest privileged permission. So deny versus any role. Who will win, guys? Deny versus any role. Who will win?
Deny.
Deny will win. Sysadmin versus deny. Who will win?
Sysadmin.
Sysadmin will win. These 2 points are very important. In the interview, they will ask these questions only. Logical questions, right? So in the interview, you will get these kind of questions only. So that's it, guys, about server roles. Okay. So let's discuss database roles. So till now we discussed about the server roles. Now we'll discuss about the database roles, guys. It's very easy. Database roles generally I don't take that much time. So where I can see the database role, go to any database, open any database. There you can see one more security section, open security. There you can see role section. There you can see database role section. See, these are the database roles. Guys, database rules means those are specific to database. Server roles across the server, the same security will be there. Server role is same, but database role, each database will have security section. Each database will have security. Each database is limited to that particular database, guys. Okay, of course database roles are same. If you open batch 46, you can see same database roles. If you open GP also, you can see same database roles. But batch 46 will have its own database roles. GP will have its own database roles, guys. Whereas server roles are fixed. Okay, across the server, same permissions will be there. Got it? Same roles will be there. So what and all database roles are there in the SQL server? Let's discuss quickly. To see the permissions of a database role, we have to use one query, sp underscore db fixed role permission. Okay, right. And if you see the query, color will be changed, guys. It will be brown color. I don't know how many of you can observe, but this is in brown color. Let me check the permissions of access admin. Execute. You can see drop user, grant DB access, revoke DB access. Okay. If you are a member of access admin, DB access admin, you can see all the DB roles generally prefixed with DB. All the DB database roles will be prefixed with DB underscore, guys. So if you're a member of access admin, you can drop the user, you can grant DB access, you can revoke DB access. These roles we don't use it. I'll tell you what are the main DB roles we'll use it. Backup operator also we don't use it. Okay, we'll be responsible for backup, guys. Backup database, backup log, checkpoint and all. Okay, we don't want this role also. So mainly two roles will be there. One is data reader. If you are a member of, where is that? If you are a member of data reader, you will have select permission on any object, guys. Means if I gave you data reader permissions, then you can read all the tables inside the database. You can read all the tables inside the database, guys. You can see here this table. How to add any person to the database role? How to add any person to the database role, guys? Okay, so very simple, the same way. Go to security, go to logins, double click on Shanmukh login, any login, even group login also same kind. This time you can see user mapping, right? If you want to add that person into any server role, you have to go to server roles and you have to add it. If you want to give access on specific database, go to user mapping, you can select the database, guys. Okay, see here. Now, before giving access to Shanmukh, let me check whether I can read the table or not. Okay, this is Shanmukh session, right? I can access batch 46. I will open a query. So there is a table called select star from, what is the table, guys? Students. Okay, so if you execute this, hey, okay, might be this is a sysadmin. Okay, let me remove sysadmin access. Okay, Shanmukh, double click, server roles, remove sysadmin. That's why I can read the table, guys. Okay, so now let me refresh it once. Now let me run this query again. See here, the select permission was denied on the object student. Okay, now I don't have permissions to read the table, guys. So in case I want to read all the tables inside this batch 46, so I can add the user, okay, who Shanmukh user into the data reader role, guys. Okay, guys, logins you can add. Logins and server roles are server level objects. Users and database roles are database level objects. You can add users into the database roles. You can add logins into the server roles, guys. Don't confuse. Logins means server roles. Users means database roles. Okay, now let me go to this Shanmukh login. Double click on Shanmukh login. User mapping. Okay, let me uncheck all these databases. Now I don't want, at this moment I don't want. Let me, cannot drop user. Okay, okay, fine. What it is saying, cannot drop user. Okay, DBO. Okay, by default just created a DBO user. Okay, let me cancel it. Double click on Shanmukh. Okay, let me give access. Okay, so batch 46, right? My table is there in the batch 46, but Shanmukh cannot read the table. Shanmukh cannot read the table. So now I want to add Shanmukh user. Now I want to add Shanmukh user to the data reader, guys. Select the database. You can see here the role will be highlighted. Select data reader. So now Shanmukh can read all the tables in batch 46 database. Again I am saying this is database role, so you are limited to batch 46 only. As I gave you access on batch 46, Shanmukh can read all the tables in the batch 46, guys. See here, now he is able to read. Is it clear? So if you are a member of database role, what is the database role? Data reader database role. If you are a member of data reader database role, what you can do, guys? What you can do? What you can do? If you are a member of data reader role, what you can do?
We can read the data
You can
in
read
database.
all the tables in that particular database. Okay, he can read data from all the tables in that particular database, guys. Now he cannot read it. See, for example, here, let me go to this PhonePe transactions. In the PhonePe, we have one more. Please be muted. Okay, in the PhonePe, we have one more table. PhonePe transactions. Please be muted. Table name is PhonePe transactions, right? PhonePe transactions. SCTIONS transactions. Right. Okay. So now if you execute it, see here, the select permission was denied. Right. Okay. So if you see here, the select permission was denied on the object PhonePe transactions. Why? Because Shanmukh is having access only in the batch 46. So he can read all the tables from the batch 46, but he cannot read any table from PhonePe, guys. If I want to give access on PhonePe also, what I have to do? Go to Shanmukh, go to user mapping, select PhonePe database. See here, if you select each database, the permissions are changing. If you select GPay, permissions are changing. If you select batch 46, permissions are changing. Right? If you select PhonePe, my table is there in the PhonePe, right? Select PhonePe database, give data reader access. Sorry, this is data writer. Give data reader access. Click OK. Now you can see if you execute. Now you can see the data inside the table. So this is how it will be. So if I want to get access, okay, on all the tables, generally you can use database roles, guys. We can still restrict Shanmukh to use only in this batch 46. Imagine 100 tables are there. If I add Shanmukh to the backup data reader role, he can read all the 100 tables, guys. But as for his job nature, he cannot read all 100 tables. He want to read only 2 tables. I can give specific access on the single table, guys. No need to give access on all 100 tables. No need to give access on the whole database. Simply I can restrict Shanmukh to access only 1 table or 2 tables or how many tables as per his requirement. I can add him to read the tables, guys. I can add him into that particular permissions. Clear how to give permissions on a database? Everyone, is it clear, guys? Very simple. Only you have to go to user mapping, select any database. On which database you want to give access, select the database, select the role respect to database roles. This role will work across the whole database, guys. Okay.
Then how to keep a particular?
I'll tell you. Of course, I'll show you. Okay, nothing to worry. In case you want to read only a particular table, I'll show you
Yes.
that one. Yeah, I'll show you that one. No problem. So as of now, is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. So in the same way, data writer, guys, data reader is having only select permission. Data writer will have what permissions, guys? Can anyone tell me what are all data writer permissions?
Update, insert,
Update, insert. Next.
delete also.
Very good. Okay. So delete permission, insert permission, update. All these 3 are writing only, right? Deleting means writing only. Insert also writing. Update means write operation only. So you can see if you are a member of, if you want to insert records, you can be a member of data writer role. How can I add you into the data writer role? Simply go to logins, double click, user mapping. On which database you want data writer role, select the database, data writer, click OK. Now he is a member of data reader and data writer. He can read the data. The Shanmukh can read the data and he can write the data across all the tables in the batch 46. Not a specific table, across all the tables in the batch 46. Right? In the same way, what other roles we have? Deny data reader. Now tell me, guys. Now answer this question. Okay. What is this? What is the meaning of this deny data reader? What he can do? Data reader means what permission, guys? Select,
He
right?
can read the data.
Select,
Can
right?
check that.
Read the data.
Deny data reader
Read
means
the data.
He can't read it.
Can't read.
can't read. Very good. Super. So now let me tell you like this. Go to logins, double click on the logins, user mapping, batch 46. Now I'm just unchecking data writer just for the sampling. Okay, just to show you the demo. Now he is a member of data reader. Now he is a member of deny data reader. Now tell me what he can do, whether he can read the data or he cannot read the data. As per data reader, he can read the data. As per deny data reader, he cannot read the data. But which one will win? Data reader or deny data reader? Now he can read the data or not. In this table, there is the table. This is the one. This is PhonePe transaction. Tell me, guys. Now
Can read.
he can read, right? He can read. Are you sure?
No.
He cannot read. Are you sure?
I think
Sorry?
yes, he can't.
He can't read. Tell me guys, yes or no? Yes means he can read, no means he cannot read.
No.
No,
No,
he
sir. No, I cannot.
No.
No.
No. Okay, done. So he cannot read, guys. Why? Because I told you, right, deny is the second highest privileged permission. So deny only will work, even though two permissions are there. Okay, even though two permissions are there, data reader and deny. No, nothing will be unchecked. Both permissions will be there, but only deny data reader will work. So you cannot read the data as per the deny data reader. So in case if you see data reader is there but still is unable to read the data means might be deny data reader is applying. Okay guys, deny data writer means what is deny data writer? Deny data writer means insert update delete, right? Deny data writer means
He cannot.
can't delete.
He
Not,
cannot
not
delete
update.
inside
You
update.
cannot delete. Insert
no
update.
insert, no
Can't
update, no
delete.
delete. Means if you are a member
Yes.
of data writer, at the same time you are a member of deny data writer, so still you can write the data or you cannot write the data. You are a member of data writer and deny data writer at a time, so you cannot write the data, you cannot perform any insert update delete operations.
You cannot.
Yes, very good. Okay, so let me go to the other roles. DBO owner, guys. DBO owner is a one more very important role. How sysadmin is there in the server level, DBO owner is that much powerful in the database level, guys. Sysadmin can do anything in the server, right? In the same way, DBO owner also can do anything in the database, guys. DBO owner also can do anything in the database level. If you are a member of DBO owner, you can do anything in the database level. You can read the data, you can write the data, delete the data, insert the data, update the data, whatever you want, you can do that. Clear guys, nothing to explain. Like a sysadmin. Sysadmin can do anything in the server level. DBO owner can do anything in the database level. So I have a quick question for all of you. Okay. User mapping, batch 46. Let me uncheck this one. Data reader. Let me uncheck this one. Deny data reader, DBO owner. Okay. Deny data reader, DBO owner. Now tell me whether he can read the data or he cannot read the data.
He can read the data.
He
Cannot
cannot read
read
the
the
data.
data.
Yes, he
Type
can.
your answers. Yes means he can read the data, no means he cannot read the data. So I want to see how many intelligent people are there.
Yes.
Type your answers in the chat. Direct message to me. Okay.
Sorry. Yes.
Okay. So I got 13 answers. Very good. No one is sleeping, I guess. Okay. Shravanti, yes. Madhavi, no. Giri, yes. Naveen, yes. Shahana, yes. Isha, yes. Kachani, yes. Sanjay, yes. Only one is no. Madhavi, why no?
Sir, I am confused. It is.
Oh, it was yes.
మళ్ళీ ఒక టైప్ చేసి పెట్టాను సార్.
Oh, okay. So it was yes. Your answer is also yes only.
ఎస్ సార్.
So no one is no. Okay. Then let me show you the answer. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Yes or no? Yes or no? No intelligent student is there in this batch. Huh?
You said like DB owner is the highest privilege.
Yes, that's true. Still I am saying DB1 is the highest one in the database level. He can do whatever he wants. But I also said one point during server roles. During deny discussion, I also said one point. What is that point?
Mm.
Deny is the
Second highest.
second highest means who is the first highest? Who is the first one?
Owner.
After
Owner.
that,
Database
not
owner.
owner, sysadmin.
That's it, owner.
Sysadmin. After that, deny. After that, DB owner.
Okay, actually I thought server level is different, DB level is different.
No, deny. Any level that deny means deny only. No means no. Deny means deny only in any level, server or database level. Okay, so even though that I want to show you the power of the deny, guys. Okay, that's why I just gave this example. Deny is very powerful than DB owner. Yes, DB owner can do anything, but DB owner versus deny, who will win? DB owner versus deny, who will win?
DBA.
Deny. DB owner.
Deny.
Denied it.
Deny only will win. Deny only will win. Okay, deny only will win. Deny. Why? Because this is interview question. Okay, so deny will win, guys. Okay, so sometimes you might confuse. He is a DB owner. Why he cannot read? Why? Because might be someone applied deny permission on him, on select permission. So you have to check where is the deny and all. Then you have to remove the deny. Then it might work. Or if deny is already applied, you have to cross check. Deny is already there on you. So why people are denying you? Means you are not an authorized person to access that object. So cross check and remove the deny. Before removing the deny, you have to do the cross check. Right. So next is the final role, guys. So what is that role? Security. Again, security admin, guys. Public server, public database role also will be there, guys. Public database role also will be there. Okay, but same as public server role. Public database role is same as public server role, guys. Okay, security admin, DB security admin. So it can create roles and all. It can drop roles. It can grant, deny, revoke, lot of permissions. But this also we don't use. Hardly, I'll tell you, DB owner will use, guys. Deny data reader or deny data writer. Either of these two will be used. Data reader will use. Mostly will use these two. Data reader, data writer, and DB owner, guys. Mostly will use these three roles in the database level. In the server level, will use, okay, sysadmin mostly. You don't use other roles, other server roles and all. 99%, 1% might be they might use, depends upon the organization requirements, but 99% people will use like this only, guys. Now let me tell you how to give access on a specific table. Okay, this is the last one. With this we can close the security, guys. So for that, what I am going to do, I am going to create one more table in the database. In the batch 46, two tables are there, right? I can give access on a single table, but you don't know the difference, right? I just want to show you the difference. So create table fruits, fruit ID, integer, fruit name, var of 100. Okay, quantity, integer, close it. Okay, execute it, insert into fruits values. Okay, one mango, mango quantity 5 kgs. Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. 2, 3, 4, 5. Custard apple. Okay. 2 kgs. apple 3 kgs, green apple 5 kgs, watermelon 3 kgs. Okay, let me insert, select star from fruits. You can see here. Okay, so now in this batch 46 I have two tables, guys. So one is fruits table, one is students table. I don't want to, for example, if you see here, Shanmukh is a part of security. Double click on the logins, Shanmukh, user mapping, batch 46. What permissions I have? DB owner means I can read all the tables. Let me remove all these permissions. Let me give only data reader permission. Click OK. So now Shanmukh can read. Okay, he can execute students. Okay, you can see here, and Control A, Control C, enter, Control V, fruits. How many tables are there in the database? He can read all the tables, guys. Now you can see, right? He can read. Like that, if 100 tables or 1000 tables also there, Shanmukh can read. Why? Because across the database he is having data reader permissions, guys. Across the whole database he is having data reader permissions. I don't want like that. I want to give access only on specific table. So for that, what you have to do, first remove the data reader, guys. Double click on Shanmukh, go to user mapping, select the database, uncheck this data reader, click OK. Then now he cannot read any of the tables. Select permission was denied. Select permission was denied. You can see here. Now I want to give access only on the fruits table. Okay, how to do that? Go to the database. You can do in two ways. You can go to table properties. You can add user. You can go to user properties. You can add a table, guys. Users. Double click on Shanmukh user. So now what you have to do, guys? Search securable, right? Securables. Your tables are securables, right? Search all object types. Okay, tables I want. Okay, what tables? Fruits table, right? Fruits table. What permissions I want? Select permission. Select permission. Give select permission. Click OK. That's it. Now he can read fruits, but he cannot read students. See here. Or else you can do in another way. Go to tables. On which table you want to give access? Tables. This time students, right? Let me go to students table. I'll give access to student table this time. Students. Go to permissions. I have to add Shanmukh user. Shanmukh, check names, click OK. Now what permissions you want? Select permission, click OK. Earlier he is not able to select, right? Now you can execute. Now he can read. Like only two tables he can access. If you create third table, he cannot access. Why? Because I gave access to Shanmukh only fruits and student tables. In this way you can give access on a specific tables, guys. Clear? So next time means tomorrow, right? Tomorrow morning I'll just give you a brief of 5 minutes how to create logins, how to give access on databases, how to give access on tables. Only these three things I'll show you tomorrow. Whatever we discussed till now, morning and now, like almost 5 hours, actually you don't need. It's good that if you have knowledge, but sir, everything is okay, gone over my head, nothing is there in my brain. Then just listen 5 minutes class tomorrow, how to give access on a database, how to create a login, SQL login, Windows login, group login, and how to give access on any database, on any table. Okay, I'll show you that, guys. How to add any login into any server role or database role. So I'll show you all these 6 or 7. Only these things we'll do in the organization. We'll create the logins. We'll add him either into the server role or we'll add him into either into the database role. We'll give data reader permissions. Okay. Sometimes we'll revoke the permissions. We are going to remove the permissions. Revoke means remove the permissions. Sometimes we have to give us permissions on a specific tables. All these things tomorrow again, 5 or 10 minutes, just a brief I'll show you guys. Okay, that 10-minute session also fine. Generally, how other trainers will teach related to the security. So this is our 5 hours training course, right, on security, but other trainers will teach you that 5 minutes or 10 minutes only. So you cannot understand anything, you will be confused. So now if you know the things, tomorrow it will be very easy. Okay. Yes, please.
Sir, this video is available in YouTube or not?
Now tell me, this video sir is available in YouTube or not? Tell me now. Have you checked my YouTube channel?
No, this video is not.
This video is not available. Of course, this was not just now completed, right? Morning video is uploaded in my YouTube channel.
Yes.
Have you checked it? Have you subscribed to my channel?
Yes, subscribe.
Check it. Immediately I uploaded that class in the morning itself. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Under batch 46. Sorry, I did not add it into the batch 46. Let me check. But I uploaded the session. That's for sure. Okay. Might be I missed it to add into the batch 46. Select this. Add to playlist. Batch 46. Save it. Okay. So morning itself I uploaded, guys. So you can see the dashboard. Almost 112 people watched that video. Batch 46 class 13 full discussion on SQL security. Okay, this is the morning class, guys. Okay, so it was uploaded. Okay, this video also will be uploaded tomorrow morning. Okay, yes, thank you guys, thank you. Okay, we'll connect tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, good night.
Thank you.